Kyle from Bakers to Bread, and I'm continuing my interview with Craig Sanders, our new intern at Mars Hill Olympia. So, Craig, our next question is, how do you live out the gospel at your workplace?
It's difficult. I mean, I work in a TV station, so it's kind of, you live in a business where God isn't important, and you have people who feel like they've gotten to a place through their own work and their own hard effort and their talent. So a lot of people are very self-consumed, and they really don't have time to talk about things not pertaining to work. And it's really interesting because I'm still in college and I work at a TV station, so from the moment I stepped in there, I felt very, I was very humbled, but I didn't feel very highly of myself, so I was quiet for a while, and it's really hard for me. I can't, speak out the gospel and, try and tell someone they're a sinner. And so I have to find ways to reach out and to mention things, either things I'm learning in school or ways that I see certain events going on, ways people are living their lives, my view on certain laws that are being passed, and maybe to show them that I have a different perspective and that more of a redeemed perspective and worldview, to maybe lead to questions and conversations that I can have. And I mean, it's worked out. I mean, our sports director is Church of Christ, and most of them don't believe in the Holy Spirit. So just ways that I can sort of reach out to him, and because he believes he's a Christian, and I'm not really sure what his church believes, I've been able to talk to him and talk to one of the other sports guys who is an outspoken agnostic. So I was able to, we went down to the state championship series, and we were able to talk about faith and just ways that I've seen his view on Christians as sort of flawed. I remember he was talking about how he never saw someone who truly was happy and believed in God, but yet they accepted all viewpoints. And I told him, I was like, well, maybe the reason you've never met happy Christians is because they didn't believe in a God who was ultimately real, absolutely real in the face of everyone else's beliefs. So I guess it's a hard place to work in and share the gospel, but I pray and stay faithful that God will use me in spite of my limitations.
So, Craig, another question to add on to that then. What do you think of preachers who will say something along the lines, it's kind of a cliche that you'll hear, that if you're just different, people see the difference and be like, hey, there's something different about you. What's different about you? Do you find that that's an experience you've actually had?
I've never really had that experience. I don't really know, it's the whole share the gospel, that word thing.
Yeah.
I have a hard work ethic, and hopefully someone notices that. Mm-hmm. But really, I think it has a lot to do with what you say. Because if I say something that's really depressing and I never have hope, and none of the things that I say are showing that I'm redeemed, then how would people notice anything? Mm. My words have a lot to do with what I say, and in a business driven by what you say. Yeah. What I say does have a big difference. And so I hope that the things that I say aren't viewed as pessimistic or fatalistic, that they may notice by how I act and how I treat others in a stress-filled career, that they can say, hey, maybe there's something different because of the things I've heard him say and the way he treats others. And so, in that way, yeah, I hope some people notice, but not just on my work ethic, but how I treat